Good morning. Tokyo drops high school gender quote. Tokyo's education board has decided to get rid of its gender-based quota for all admissions of public high school students taking general courses starting from the 2024 school year. Until now, high schools in Tokyo were required to admit an equal number of male and female students. This gender-based quota was originally put in place after World War II. Before the war, boys had the opportunity to attend middle school, high school, and college, but girls were limited to special secondary schools that mainly taught domestic skills like sewing and housekeeping. Yes, I heard that from my mother actually. In 1945, the Japanese government passed the guideline for the renovation of women's education reform, which declared that boys and girls should have the same quality of education, which is good. And the gender-based quota was introduced to make sure there were equal opportunities for both boys and girls to get into the same high schools. But while this reform was originally created to help girls, it now seems to be working against them because there is now so much competition among girls that is competition among girls that they often need higher test scores in order to be admitted. Yes. According to an investigation by the Mainichi Shimbun, around 80% of Tokyo Metropolitan High School has higher admission test score requirements for girls compared to boys between 2015 and 2020. And this is a very silly rule. In one case, girls had to score 243 points higher than boys out of 1,000 to pass the entrance test. That's almost like a 25% of that. In another case, 20 girls failed the exam even though they scored higher than the lowest scoring boy who passed. And in 2022, a study by the Tokyo Metropolitan Board of Education found that 284 girls would have passed their high school entrance exams if admission had not been gender-based. Tokyo is the last of Japan's 47 prefectures to make the change from gender-based quota to a grade-based system. Seriously? I mean, Tokyo has the highest population in Japan, and it's the latest. It's the last. Amazing. In 2021, Tokyo's education board estimated that the number of male students accepted into the city's high school system would decrease by around 600 as a result of this change. Discussion. What are your thoughts on Tokyo dropping its gender-based high school quota? Finally, thank you. Do you find it surprising that 80% of Tokyo high schools had higher admission test score requirements for girls? Did you spend much time studying for your high school entrance exam? What was the most difficult exam you ever took? How long did you study for it? What would you like to change about your country's education system? For the discussion, what do you miss most about your high school days? It was fun. I loved my high school. If you were to start high school again, would you do anything differently? Probably not. What would you say is the most successful thing about being in high school? Did I say that in the correct way? What would you say is the most stressful thing about being in high school? Not much stressful in my high school. Do you keep in touch with many of your high school's friends? Yes. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Very nice quote. Joan Dearly, what do you make of this statement? Always learning.